Hello everybody, Julia here. Today I'm going to show you how to create a background that really shines and sparkles. And it's really cool for this card. So let's get started. I'm going to be using a stamp by the Sweet Stamp Shop here. You can see it's like a summer themed, very fun, beachy stamp set, but of course you can use it for all sorts of occasions as well. I'm going to stamp out by stamping the waves here onto some masking tape and then cutting it out because I want to use this as a mask. Obviously, that's why it's on masking tape. Well, post-it tape, masking tape, it works each way. So you don't have to worry about this. And I put this down on my card base. And now I'm using my ruler to make sure I have some straight vertical lines that go along the sides of this wave, like this. And I'm going to use some more masking tape to mask this area off, because I want to make sure that I'm only applying the ink exactly in that strip. It's going to look awesome on the final card. I'm using several colors of distressing, and I'll be listing them in the video description below as always. And I'm just sponging the color on. There's no rhyme or reason to this. Obviously, the darkest colors should go in last, so you won't, so you can blend towards the lightest color. And it's so much fun working with distressings. It's just, I don't know, it's just so much fun because you can blend colors together and create new ones. And it's just a really, really neat effect, I feel. You know, it always makes your card look almost like you bought a store-bought card. Store-bought card. This is very difficult for a non-native speaker, to be honest. Okay, so finishing up, and I'm coming in with my lightest color from the top. Right here. And if it doesn't look perfect, just either keep blending, or in this case, I knew I would be adding other stuff on top of this, so it didn't matter too much. I'm using my Versamark ink pad. That's a clear sticky ink, and I'm just smooshing it all over the distress ink. Yes, some of it will come off onto your ink pad, but don't worry about that. Then I'm using Judikin's Iridescent Sparkle embossing powder. So this is basically a clear embossing powder that has sparkly elements in it. If you don't have this powder, you could probably mix clear embossing powder with some glitter, just a tiny little bit of glitter, and then you just heat emboss it. And that's it. Like this, that's how simple it is. I know, it just blew my mind. And I have to admit, not my idea, like not originally my idea. I saw my friend Laura Sturks do this in the past, and I just had to give this a try as well, because this is such a simple method to add sparkle and shine to an inked up area. And look just how amazing this looks like. It really looks like water, as if you're looking onto water that has that reflects the sunlight. Now I'm stamping my palm trees here, and they're extending a bit over the fold of the card, but don't worry about this. Next up, I was like, okay, I want these turtles to be the other way around. How do I do this? How do I mirror them? And I grabbed a larger stamp from Sweet Stamp Shop, and I made it so that the edged lines are actually up against the MISTI, and the solid back of the stamp, it's towards the stamped images. So what I'm doing now right here is I laid down the images, inked them up, bring back the stamp, the solid backside of the stamp, it's toward the stamped images. Now I'm removing these, huffing onto the images here, and then bringing them back. So I'm trying to press the stamped image on my stamp back onto the paper. You can see it didn't look perfect, but that's not a huge problem, because I just grabbed my Copic multiliner, and I'm just tracing the lines here. And I mean, that is so much better than trying to draw these turtles myself to match the other ones. As for the coloring, I did some quick and easy Copic coloring. This is, not sure what cardstock it is. Either it's Simon Says Stamp or it's Basil Marshmallow cardstock. And you can see I'm not adding a ton of detail here. I'm just blending from light to dark. I'm actually using my Shinhan Twin Touch markers, because I just like the color here. They're alcohol markers, and if you look on my blog, you can find a review of them and how they compare to the Copic markers. Spoiler, they hold up well in the comparison. Now here, with the palm tree that extends beyond the fold of the card, I did this on purpose. And now I'm bringing in my craft knife here, and I'm actually cutting around the treetop here. I'm trying to go very slow, so I'm not going to cut too far away from the stamp. And then when you fold this, look at this. It's going to extend. I just like this is such a cute effect, I feel, that it just extends a little bit. Then I'm using foam tape behind the turtles here to adhere the turtles to my card base, and I had to add, of course, some clear droplets from Pretty Pink Posh and some of the clear seed beads, because it just makes the water look even more real. And the sentiment was stamped vertically right next to this, right next to this blue strip. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I know there's a lot of stuff in there, a lot of technique, but I think it's just such a fun and easy way to add new stuff. If you thought that was your notification, it was mine. Sorry, I forgot to turn this off. Every time this happens to somebody else in the video, I keep checking all my devices to see if it was an email on my end. So here's the final card. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial and had fun watching it. Thank you so much for watching. And if you look for more inspiration, just check out these tutorials on how to add glitter to this balloon die cut, or how to use negative die cut space. Thank you. Catch you again soon, guys. Cheers.